Okay, so just like on page 40, they were talking about a sharp. Now we're talking about the flat. A lot of students say it looks like a B. It doesn't look like a B. In reality, it's more almost like if you had a heart shape and kind of cut the heart shape in half. And it looks a little more like that. But it's like, I guess you could say it's like the opposite of sharp. So in the last piece, we were using G sharp, but then we can have G flat, where we're going down the other way, a half step the other way. So they're showing you, hey, there's E, go down to E flat. Hey, there's D, go down to D flat. And just like we had B, could be technically called B sharp, like F, you could call this F flat, even though, boy, that looks like an E. So I already kind of discussed that stuff on page 40. But long story short, we're almost never going to call that an F flat unless you're playing something really complex. So it's good to know that, but I wouldn't worry about it too much. So same rule as sharps. If we make a note flat at some point in the measure, that's true for the rest of the measure. Then when we get into our next measure, we need to tell you again that it's flat. So again, that bar line comes and it's a reset button. Then each measure is like a fresh thing that we got to consider. So let's look here. We got a pretty easy one just to get us used to the idea. Super secret agent. So not just a secret agent, super secret agent. So let's see. It has F-P for dynamics on repeat. So what that means, if we haven't talked about it yet, is there is a repeat sign at the end of the song, so we should play this whole thing twice. But they're saying first time play it forte or loud, and then the second time play it piano or quiet. So we want a contrast here, so we don't play it exactly the same way both times. I'm seeing for our first measure, right hand one on C, so it's like a C position, but we get this E flat. And then they have a circled one. It's looking like it's just gonna move up an octave to the next C up there. Then our left hand one's coming in on middle C as well. So we're kind of starting like a middle C position. We can kind of get the left hand out of there starting off. Right hand will move, then left hand will finish it up. And they're telling you here in that third measure, hey, that B flat in your left, it's still flat because it's in the same measure as another B flat. So again, it could be a little confusing, but that's the idea. So here we go. I'm gonna go and play this real quick. Now I'm gonna go piano. Good time too on one that's so short. Make sure, hey, is your legato and your staccato good? You know, keep that staccato note short. Make sure you have a proper quarter rest there, yada, yada, yada. So you can cover a couple little things here since there's not a lot going on. But that's about it for this one. So as we can predict, page 43 ought to be using a flat in there. So let's go ahead and take a look.